Esha Devapatha. This is the divine path or the path of gods. Why? Because Devaihi Archiradivihi Gamaitrittvena Adhikritairupalakshitha Pantha Devapatha Uchyate. Because this path is indicated by the deities who are competent to lead along the path of light, etc. etc. They are the deities presiding over light, etc. And they are competent to lead. Gamaytritvena adhikritai. They are competent to lead others on this path. Through such is this upalakshita is indicated. This path is indicated through such deities. Therefore, this path is called as Devapataha, the divine path, the path of gods. Brahma Gantavyam Tena cha upalakshitam iti Brahmapataha. Brahma Gantavyam Tena cha upalakshita iti Brahmapataha. The goal to be reached is Brahman, that Brahma. Because of that, this path is also indicated depending upon the goal that we are going to reach. Depending on the persons, the deities who are taking us, leading us, because of them, this path is called as Devapatha. And because of the person to whom we are reaching, whom we are going to meet over there, by his name also the path is set. Just like, we say this is Delhi road. Because we will reach to Delhi by that road. Therefore it's called as Delhi road. Lakshman Jhula road. Because it is going to Lakshman Jhula. Similarly, here also this is called as Brahmapada also because by this route, when we move, we will be reaching Brahmaji. There, Brahma is Gantavyam. Gantavyam means the goal that has to be reached by this path. Therefore, this path is called by his name, is indicated by his name and called as Brahmapataha. Etena pratipadyamana gacchanto brahma imam manavam manusambandhinam manoha srishti lakshanam avartam navartante. Etena, by going through this path, pratipadyamana, proceeding towards gacchanto brahma and reaching that Brahma in the Satyaloka, imam manavam, once they reach him over there, then from there they will not return back. Until when? Imam manavam avarta. Until this Manu's whirlpool is going on. Manavam means Manu Sambandhinam. What is that related to Manu? He says Manoho Srishti Lakshanam. The creation which is related to this particular Manu. The creation associated with particular Manu in which that person was meditating. In his spirit only we have taken birth. For example, the present Manu is who? Vaivasvata Manu Andare. Vaivasvata Manu. In that Manu spirit we have taken birth and we will be meditating by doing this meditation, Pranam Brahma Vidya, Agri Vidya and all that. If we reach that Brahmaloka, if by chance we are not able to do the Nirguna meditation and attain moksha over here, after when we depart, we may go to Brahmaloka. Then we will not return back onto this earth or any other loka until this Vaivasvata Manu is reigning this world. That's why he says, Manavam Srishti Lakshanam, the creation associated with Manu. Navartante. Avartante. Asmin. Why it's called as Avarta? Manavam. Avartam. Why it goes with virl like? He says, Avartante Asmin Janana Marana Prabandha Chakraruda Gatiyantra Vat. Puna Puna Iti Avarta. Tam Na Pratipadante Iti Navartante. Avartam Navartante. Is it not? Avartam Navartante. First is explaining the word Avartam. What is meant by Avarta? Asmin Janana Marana Prabandha Chakrarudha. People or the creatures are circling around, round and round, again and again, riding on the wheel of what? Janna Marana. The wheel chakra, Prabandha chakra is what? Janma Marana Prabandha chakra arudha. Riding on the wheel of birth and death, again and again, puna puna. These creatures are circling around. That's why this srishti, this creation is called as avarta. Bhaumara. Virl, it's called virl, W-H-A-R-L, virl. Rounding and rounding, rounding and rounding in same place. If anybody gets stuck in a place, go down, it will take it down. Similarly, is this srishti, this creation is also just like your pool. It will drag you down, it will never let you go up. Just because we will be always circling around, riding on the wheel of birth and death. Ghatiyantravat, he says. The example is given here, Ghatiyantravat. Ghatiyantra. What is this Ghatiyantra? It is a clock. What happens in the olden times, there is the sand clock you would have seen. It used to like shape like this, and the sand moves up and down depending upon the heat and all that. Just like that it is, up rounding and rounding here also. Nowadays you can see very easily in the clock, the arms of the minute and hours, you move around and round and round again and again. Similarly it is going on here also our life. A rotating device, or actually in the olden days Ghatiyantra was not only a clock, but it's actually the Ghatiyantra word is in Sanskrit is meant for that chakki, the water chakki, Mm-hmm. We have a small bucket step, it will be there, right? Pocket step, water wheel. Mm-hmm. And the water flows the same speed. You have to increase the speed of the water. But if you put it as a natural flow, then you can't increase the speed and then do anything. The same speed will be going on and on and on. The water is flowing and pushing the pockets. The bucket slaps pockets, it pushes it, the water pushes it, rotating and rotating and rotating. In that they put one ghani, and by the atta and all, they were doing the chakki and all they were using. Even now in many places it is in the Himalaya. Atta chakki is made like that. And in some area the people are using for remove water also from the wells and all and put it to the fields. But that also they were using that way. So that was called as actually Ghatiyantra. A rotating device with pockets for lifting water, especially. Ghatiyantravat punah punah iti avarta. That's why it's called as a virl. Tam na pratibante. That will not be attained by such a meditator. Navartante dirukti safalaya vidyayaha parisamapti pradarashanartha. The repetition of the words navartanta is to indicate the conclusion of the meditation along with its result. Safalaya vidya. Along with the result, the vidya means the meditation is concluded. Now suddenly we'll jump to after such a great Upasa meditation, is going to give Brahmaloka also. Now he'll come back to Karmakanda. Very peculiar system of this. And how Shankaracharya is linking this also. You see the fantastic thing over here. How is doing that linking? It's just a Karmakanda in which actually the Brahma should be in Maunam. It's the rule. The Brahma is one post. Main four are there. Among them, one is called as Brahma. The rule is that in the whole of the yajna he has to keep quiet, Maunam. And the other should be chanting. Other should not become Maunam. If Hota becomes Maunam, then how the yajna will take place. They should not become Maunam and this fellow should be Maunam. If this fellow breaks his silence, then the yajna, the sacrifice is destroyed.
But he has to observe all other.
He'll be observing. And observing, he'll meditate on he knows every meditation. Of all the actions that's going on, all related meditations he knows very well. And if he does not know anything also, he should be doing well with Om. Just meditating on Om, he'll be removing the defect of it. Whatever defect takes place on the sacrifices. So that is his duty. But if he breaks his silence, then the whole yajna is destroyed. The sacrifice is destroyed. So, What are the two routes? How the sacrifice is performed? The main two ways is by speech and by mind. By mind he has decided that I will be in silence. But the other side by mind that I will be really speaking. Mind is one route. And the other one is mouth. Because they have to chant the mantras. If any one of them also gets defective, then what about me? The whole yajna, sacrifice is destroyed. Just like he says, that like the two wheels of a chariot. But if both wheels are going on properly, it's okay. If one wheel gets apart, then chariot will tire puncture like. Where the vehicle will go then? It can't proceed further. Similarly, the sacrifice cannot be proceeded. Or one person is walking, suddenly is one leg limps up. Is that what happens? What you call is the cramp, muscles cramp. And then what happens? He can't walk further. He can't proceed. He has to sit there only. He has settled all that muscles and are proper, then only he can walk. He has to set right the cramps. Similarly also, how we are going to set right the defect if caused by Brahma or anybody else? Completely is related to sacrifice, karma, action. Nowhere here in meditation of Sauna Brahma at all. No relation at all to it. But the relation how the Bhashakara says he is going to develop, relate these things. A person who knows all the meditations can actually remove all the defects. Because of the power he has got generated by the meditations. Bhashakara says, Rahasya prakarane prasangat aranyakattu samanyaccha yagye kshate utpanne vyahrataya prashittartha vidhatavyaha tadabhyasyaratartujo brahmano maunam ityataidam arabhyate. The next part of this Upanishad in this chapter, 4th chapter, the 16th part is being started. For what purpose is Rahasya prakarane? What was going on? Since the context, in the context of meditations, what we are discussing now? Rahasya. Rahasya means here, all types of meditations are being discussed. The secret meditations of the Upanishads. That is the context. One thing. And the other thing is prasangat. With relation to that, we have discussed the path. Is it? Uttarayana path. Here also we have discovered the yajna path, the path of yajna. There are two paths to perform the yajna, the sacrifices. This is a similarity. One similarity is we are speaking of the secrets. The context is of secrets, especially secret meditations. And this is also a secret thing in the sacrifice. A person who knows the secret only should become Brahma. He should be able to, even if he actually knows, he will identify the mistakes going on, the defects going on. If it does not know how to remove them, how to rectify those mistakes, then that Brahma is useless. This is a secret. These are the secrets of a sacrifice. This has to be known by Brahma. For that reason, when we are discussing the secrets, in between the secrets, this karma secret is also been put. The secrets related to different upasanas, meditations. When we were discussing, the present context that is going on, in between, we are introducing this because of one major relation is the path has been discussed. The path to attain the results of meditation has been discussed, the Uttarayana Marga. And now we are going to discuss about the path of the karma. The path, the discussion of path is the similarity, number one. Number two similarity is Aranyakat Samanyacha. This portion is also in the Aranyaka, and that portion is also the previous portions, the secret meditations which we have studied now, up to now, they were also in Aranyaka only. Aranyaka Samanyacha. Yagye Kshataha Utpanne, Yagye Kshate Utpanne, when by chance a defect arises in a sacrifice. Vyartha Prashittartha Vidatavya. As an expiative action, the Vyartha, Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Bhu Swaha, Bhuva Swaha, Swaha Swaha. These mantras are to be enjoined. as an expiatory action. If by chance any defect arises in the sacrifice. Therefore, whether there is defect or not, nowadays what Pandits do? In the last days, come on, do 3 Vyahrati Homa. It's called as Vyahrati Homa. This has to be done in every karma, so that any defect, knowingly or unknowingly, which has happened, that can be rectified. And the other thing that has to be enjoined over here is tad abhigyasya charutvijo. Always an agent, a doer, the performer of the sacrifice, should in one way buy, because actually in the word here is krinati. Brahmanas are bought for the sacrifices. Therefore you have to buy such a pandit, priest, as Brahma, who knows all these secrets. Abhigyasya, tad abhigyasya ritvijo brahmano. And that for him also what is being enjoined? Maunam is enjoined. He has to be in silence. The priest Brahma, who is well versed in those meditations, which have been previously discussed, that such a person is capable. That person is capable to attain Brahmaloka. Will be naturally we can say that he will be capable to rectify the defects of the sacrifice too. That's why he is saying a person who is well versed with those meditations which I have already discussed up to now, such a person should be taken as Brahma in the sacrifice, and to him also Maunam is being enjoined. Silence is being enjoined. Ityataha, for this purpose, idam arabhyate, this next portion, next part of the present chapter is being started. Yajna marga jnana. The first you have to know what is the path of sacrifice, how the sacrifice proceeds further. Eshaha vayajya yoyam pavata eshaha yannidagam sarvam punati yadesha yannidagam sarvam punati tasmad esha eva yajya tasya manascha vakcha vartani. Eshaha vayajya. This is surely a sacrifice. Which? Yoyam pavati. That which actually blows. The air. The air is self-sacrifice. Because all sacrifices are done in air only. No air, there will be death itself. How can sacrifice be done? Because air is the everything. And you put in air, you don't put directly into the fire. You don't take your hands into the fire and then pour the oblations. Your hands are above the fire. In the air only you put the oblations. Swaha. You don't put your hands up to the fire, you don't take up to the fire, you will burn your hands. So it's a vate daha, swahetya vate daha. The mantra will be tuned over. Swaha vate daha. Vate dhiyate iti vate daha. Swaha iti krutva. By chanting, uttering the word swaha, what you do? You pour the oblations in air. And through air, it falls into the fire. And this air which is blowing, which is the cause to kindle the fire too. It is that air only which sanctifies everything. What we do when we come to this classroom also, everything is closed, there is smell, then you open the windows. Why? Because air passes. Air passing is what happens by air passing? It is going to purify, it is going to sanctify, it is going to remove all the defective smell in this room. The quality of air is sanctifying and purifying. That's why here he says, whether it's artificial or natural, it does not matter. Air is air. He says, yoayam pavate. This is one that which blows. It is surely the yajna, the sacrifice. Why? Eshayan idam sarvam punati. Esha, this. When moves, yan means ingato. Ingato shatri pratyaya. Yan. Yan, yantau, yantah. Yantam, yantau, yatah. Yata yadbhyam yadbhi yate yadbhyam yadbhyah. Yatah yadbhyam yadbhyah yatah yato yatam iti yatoha yatsu. हेयन, हे गच्छन, ना गच्छन बनता ही नहीं बनता, गच्छन बस इन गतों का यन। भाई ई धन क्षत्रि, क्षत्रि का रहेगा ना, ई धन अत फ्रॉम इन गतो यू ब्रिंग क्षत्रि, क्षत्रि अत यू विल बी लेफ्ट, अ ई धन शप ब्रिंग शप, शब्द लगभग आदि प्रवृत्ति भी शप लुक हो गया, ई अत विल बी लेफ्ट ओवर, देयर इज अ सूत्र कॉल्ड इणो यण, इणो यण, that will become ya, e becomes ya, at you join yat it is. From yat in prathama ekvachanam yan, is it not? Kshatri sudit ukitacham saratan cha dhatoh num, and all that will take place, and the rupa will be, the form will be in the end yan, yan yanto yantaha, eshaha yan means what? While moving, yan is always present continuous, present continuous Kshatri. So while moving, this one while moving, what it does? Idam sarvam punati, he sanctifies or purifies all these things. Yad esh in idam sarvam punati, as and because this air while blowing, while moving, he purifies or sanctifies this whole world. Therefore, tasmad esh eva yajna. Therefore, this is called as yajna. It is indeed a sacrifice. That's what a sacrifice does. It purifies you. Just like a sacrifice purifies our internal organs. All the obligatory actions, the nitya karma and the naimitya karma, the optional actions that we are doing, sacrifices, rights and duties, whether it's optional or whether it is obligatory, nitya and naimitya karma, all this what they do? They purify you. Thereby the yajna purifies. The quality of yajna is to purify you and make you eligible for the higher worlds. Similarly, what this air is doing, it is also purifying everything and making the things eligible to be used and enjoyed by all the people. That is why air is called as yajna. Tasya manascha vakchavartani. Tasya, of this yajna, of this sacrifice, mind and speech are the two paths. Just like two paths before you have heard of Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Among them, one has been studied very in detail, the other will come later, Dakshinayana Marga. Similarly, this yajna has got two paths, mind and speech. Eshahava means surely, indeed, this Vayu. Esha means who? Vayu. Why? Pavati. Depending upon the verbal root is showing there, the movement. And the word Pavati is used for the movement of air only, not of the movement of human beings or any other thing. To blow. Says, Ayam yoyam pavate vayu, that which blows, this air is ayam yajna. This is called as sacrifice. Ha va iti, the two indeclinables are being used over here, ha and va. For what purpose? Prasiddhartha udyotako. They are indicating the well-known fact of air. It is nothing new being stated. The Upanishads are not saying anything new. The air is sanctifier. It is a purifier. That everybody knows this. It is called as anuvada. It is only anuvada. Just like himasya vesha, agni himasya veshayam. It's anuvada. Because everybody knows that for the cold, the only remedy is fire. Similarly here also. Prasiddhartha, that's why I say this is only to indicate the well-known fact that air is a sanctifier and purifier. And thus we are equating that air with, identifying that air with sacrifice. Because sacrifice is also a sanctifier and purifier. Nipato. Vayu pratishto yajna prasiddha shrutisha. And in the many other Vedic texts, it is well known that sacrifice, the basis of sacrifice is air. The basis of sacrifice is air. Because without air, the fire will not come up at all. Then how are you going to do any sacrifice? For kindling the fire only, air is necessary. Therefore, whenever you see that fire is not burning, what do? You blow air. So without air, there is no fire. Without fire, there is no sacrifice. The basis of sacrifice will be automatically air. Now further they use the mantras also. Swaha Vatedaha. Taitri Sanhita 1.1.13.3.
Swaha Vatedaha?
Vatedaha. That's wrong. I have a printing mistake. In Kailas book, printing mistake. This is okay. Gita book. Va is that. Vatedaha. Vate is Saptami. 1.1.13.3. Taitri Sanhita 1.1.13.3. Ayam Vate Dhiyate Asminiti Dha. Saptami Aluk. Vate Dhiyate iti Vate Asmin Dhiyate iti Vatedaha. That which is offered in bed, offered in air, by uttering Swaha. That's called as Swaha Vatedaha. Ayam vai yajja yoyam bhavate. This indeed is the sacrifice, that which blows. This is another text. Ityadi Shrutibhya. You don't know the number of this. Vate eva hi chalnatmakatvat kriya samvayi. Vata eva hi. And it is the nature of air. What is the nature of air? Is movement. Chalnatmakatvat. Therefore, kriya samvayi. It is associated with all actions. All actions take place due to air. Because the nature of air is movement. Without air, there cannot be any movement in anything. Vata eva yajnasya arambhako vata pratishtha iti shravanat. And in Ayurvedic text, it's very clearly heard of that vata eva yajnasya arambhaka. It is surely this air that is the beginner of any sacrifice. It is the air that is the basis of all sacrifice. Vata pratishtha. Because fire kindles by air, and then only we will be able to pour all types of oblations in the fire. And in lastly, you see where the fire extinguishes. It again becomes one with it. When fire is extinguished, where it goes? It identifies itself with air. Eshaha yan gachan. Yan means you saw. See the meaning. Gachan. Eshaha. This is the verily thing that which is moving. When moving, chalan, gachan. Further explanation is chalan. More clear he has made it. Idam sarvam jagat punati. It purifies, sanctifies this whole world. Punati is used, but actually pavayati. It's nijantam. Shodhayati. He sanctifies, he purifies it. Nahi acharita shuddhirasti. A big statement by Acharya Shankar is being made here. A thing which is never moves cannot be sanctified, cannot be pure. It will become impure. Achalata, because a thing that is not moving, that is still, shuddhir nasti, it cannot be pure. Then if a Mahatma is one place, then he cannot be pure. By heart. That's why he said, the water is flowing, so the Mahatma should be moving, it will be pure. There's a Pele, when the world is Paramahansa, Parivrajaka, they were all moving all the time. Parita Vrajanti. But here we'll take the meaning further, you see. First, understand the other part too. Dosha nirasan chalatohi. Removal of defect. Dosha nirasanam. Removal of defect or the rectification of defect is possible only where chalatohi. In a thing which moves, drishtam. This is what is seen in this word, nastrasya, but not in one that is still. Here the secret you have to understand now. What is the meaning? Why is Bhashakara saying this? Because the context of karma, yajna. You have to remember that. Therefore, still and moving means what here? A person who does not follow the Vedic enjoined karmas, actions, that has been enjoined for a particular person according to his Varna and Ashrama. A person is not doing those obligatory and optional actions is called as still person. Because his movement to the upper world is stopped. He is not performing any karma. He will be doing karma of only other karmas, then he is not doing the karma that has been enjoined to him. If you don't do those actions which are enjoined to you, but still you will be doing actions, then which actions will be doing? The actions enjoined to somebody else, for which you are not entitled and not competent to do also. That means you are doing papam. Get dosham. Automatically it will pull you down and never let you move upward. That's why you say you are still there. And if you are doing all the actions that are enjoined to you, whether it is the obligatory or whether it is optional or whether it is kami karma also, desirous actions, you are doing all these rights and duties. If you are doing, then you are moving in the right direction. You are moving and still should be taken in that sense only. Don't think that the moving water is pure and the moving sadhu is pure, and still sadhu is impure, a person is still in one place is impure. This is not the sense here.
There is a mention of sthira buddhi asam modaha in book.
Yes. This is the sthira buddhi.
See that artha.
At that time it was
Connection was not there at all.
That relation was not coming up. Actually, here it's all because of karma only. The movement is movement in the right direction of the person. Because the movement of the right person is the evolution of the person. Evolution in the sense, evolution not on the materialistic level only, but also on the spiritual level. For that purpose only all this nitya and naimitic karma have been properly enjoined for different purpose, people who are in different stages of life and have different castes. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra and Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. The different actions, both obligatory, nitya karma and optional, naimitic karmas are being enjoined. Apart from these, there are expiatory karmas, praschita karma also. If by chance, due to certain reasons, you are forced to not move in the proper direction, then not to do the right action, rights and duties at the right time, you had to miss due to certain reason, then for that you will do praschita. If you do the expiatory karma also, then you are moving on the right direction. So a person moving is purified. In the sense, here a person who is actually moving in the right direction as enjoined and stated in the Vedic text, depending upon his caste and stage of life, then he is purified. He is getting purified. He is getting sanctified. And if a person is not moving in the sense, he is still, that means he is not performing the actions enjoined to him in the Vedas. Such a person will become more and more impure. Because he is not doing the actions enjoined to him. Means what? He will be doing actions enjoined to somebody else. Or he might be doing totally laukic actions. Nishiddha karma. It may not be nishiddha karma or laukic actions. Just when the materialistic is doing rights and duties. That will cause a downward movement of that fellow. For that reason it is told that person is still now. That's the meaning here. But even though the Bhashya is not telling, but you have to understand in this context. Because in this statement of Acharya Shankara is the context of karma, yajna. Depending on the context, you take the meaning here. Nastrasya yad yasmacha yan esha idam saram punati. Since, yad means yasmat, since this air, the thing which is moving, yan esha, this air which is moving always, what is it is? Idam sarvam punati, it sanctifies all, the whole of this world. Tasmad, therefore, esha eva yajna, this indeed is the sanctifier is the yajna, the sacrifice, yat punati, that which purifies. So since similarity is being brought to make you realize, the air is taken, the example is taken here, for the purifying quality of the yajna is taken the air. Because air purifies, that we are seeing in this external world. Similarly, yajna also purifies. When yajna will purify? When air purifies? When it moves, it purifies. So when yajna will purify us, when yajna moves. When yajna moves in the sense what? Properly done as enjoined in the text. They are moving in the sense here, properly doing the enjoined actions. That is the main reason here the analogous has been given with air. तस्यस्य एवं विशिष्टस्य यज्ञस्य वाक्च मंत्र उच्चारणे व्यापृता मनश्च यथावर्त ज्ञाने व्यापृतम्. Of it, tasya, asya, which is this, thus, evam, having the vishishtasya yajnas, having thus a special distinction, special quality in itself. That yajna, that sacrifice, of that sacrifice, there are two paths on which the yajna is proceeding further. Which are those two paths? Vakcha, speech, number one. Which speech you have to take again? Which is using the fifth Veda. You know fifth Veda? Pancham Veda. Abusing people. No. Pancham in this world is well known for abusing. Pancham बोल रहा है, जैसे पांचवा वेद बोल रहा है, गाली दे रहा है. Abusing is Pancham Veda. He said speech is many types of speech. Which speech? He's telling Bhashagara, mantrocharane vyaprata. By this also understand, moving means what? By this explanation of Shankaracharya we can understand what is the meaning of moving and non-moving before. What he has stated. So, Vak, which speech? That which is engaged in chanting the mantras of the yajna. And mind also which mind? Which is not dreaming, daydreams. Then what? He says, Yatha bhutartha jnana vyapritam. That which is engaged in the knowledge of things as they are. Which is have got the ability to meditate on the things that are being used in the yajna. You have seen, on Buddha Gita you have to meditate. You have to see that Buddha Gita in that form, is not? There's a quality, that ability should be in the mind. That mind which is engaged in doing such meditations is the path of yajna. These two, Vang Manase, the mind and speech, are the Vardhani Margo, the two paths. Yabhyam yajna tayamana pravartate, by which this sacrifice spreads and moves along, proceeds further towards the goal, towards the fruit that you want to attain by it. Te Vartani. Therefore, these two are called as the paths of sacrifice. There is another Vedic text also in this relation. It's Aitreya Brahmana 25:8. Pranapana parichalanavadyahi vachas-chittasya cha uttrottara kramo yat tad yajna. That is yajna in which this thing is happening. What is happening? There is successive uttrottara krama, a successive movement is there. Of what? Vachas-chittasya cha, speech and mind. How that movement is taking place in speech and mind? Prana, Pana, Parichalanavadya, being activated by Prana and Apana. When this proper successive movement of mind and speech takes place, then what happens? Yad yajna. That is how the yajna is performed. It takes its form. If one also there is misordered, then what happens? Just like when you are walking, just if the mind is concentration, mind misses, you'll step on your own leg, or you may slip, or something will happen, and you will be hurt. Similarly, both these two has to go in a proper way. successive way. Sometimes happen, when you're writing also, your mind goes fast. You leave 1 or 2 words. You're writing one word is before, and you pass further, and then next word what will come is that which has been written after 2 words, that will you write before only. When you read back, then you will understand where those 2 words went. It has come to your mind, but it was not on the paper. So certain times what happens, the mind moves faster than the other organs. Their relation will not be proper. Then, if it happens in yajna, the whole karma will be spoiled. There uttarottara kramena it has to happen. If the Pandit forgets one anga also, the whole thing will get upset. So that is why he says here, uttarottara kramo, a successive movement of vachas chitta sacha, of the speech and mind, activated by pranapana. Prana and apana, the special air, then only is yajna forms. That means again here is showing what? The basis of yajna is pranapana also. Not only the external air, as said before, the internal air also is a cause. This internal air watch, prana and apana, if they are not in accordance, then what's going to happen? The successive movement will not be there. You will be chanting something and doing something, and mind will be thinking of something else. So the yajna will be spoiled. Iti shrutyantaram ato vang manasabhyam yajno vartate. Therefore, it is very clear that yajna, the sacrifice, proceeds by the speech and mind. Iti, therefore, vang manasa vartani uchyate yajnasya. Therefore, the people call these two, the mind and speech, as the path of a sacrifice. So, what is the purpose of explaining these things here? Of these 2 paths. That's being stated now. Tayoranyataram manasa saguns karoti brahma vacha hota dharyurudgata anyataragun sayatropakrade pratarnavake pura paridhaniyaya brahma vyavadati अन्यतरामे वर्धनीगुं सगुं स्करोति हीयते अन्यतरा स यथैकपाद् व्रजन् रथो वैकेन चक्रेण वर्तमानो ऋष्यत्येवमस्य यज्ञो ऋष्यति यज्ञगं ऋष्यन्तं यजमानोऽनुऋष्यति स इष्ट्वा पापीयान् भवति. These 2 mantras have to be taken together. Tayor अन्यतराम, tayoh, of these two, mind and speech. Anyataram, one of the path, is being sanctified by Brahma through his mind. Manasa Brahma Sanskroti. Tayoho, of those 2 paths, Anyataram, one of the path, is being sanctified by Brahma through his mind. And Anyataram means the other path is Sanskroti should be added over here. Vacha hota dharyur udgata anyataram Sanskroti. You have to supplement that word over here. Sanskriti word. Anyatara means the other path. The other path is sanctified by hota, adhvaryu and udgata through their speech. Because they have got the right to chant. And Brahma has no right to chant. Therefore, he will be sanctifying the yajna through his mind only. And the other 3 are sanctifying the yajna, purifying the yajna by their speech. And now, this is the general rule. This is how the yajna proceeds. The sacrifice takes place. But, if by chance, sa yatra upakrate pratarnavake pura paridhaniya brahma vyavadati. But now it is the first person, sa Brahma. Among these 4 people, the person called, the priest called Brahma. If yatra, he, when, what happens? Upakrite pratarnavake. While the Shastra mantra called as pratarnavak, I told Yajya and Anuvak, 2 mantras in during Artha Sangra and all were explained. Anuvak mantra is there. First Yajya, Anuvak. First the Anuvak is chanted before, then Yajya. Puro Anuvaka. Puro Anuvakya. That's why the mantras are called as Puro Anuvakya and Yajya. And That Anuvakya is being, which is taken here is now is to be chanted in the morning. Pratar Anuvakya. In the early morning, the sacrifice has been started. Many parts of it have been already performed. And the time of chanting the Shastra, the Rig Vishaya, Rig Manda of Rig Veda, which is called as Puronuvakya, has begun. Chanting has begun of it. And Pura Paridhaniyaya, there is a hymn called Paridhaniya, Stotra. Before that, Shastra called Puronuvakya has begun, and before we sing the hymn or starting of the hymn called Paridhaniya, in between this time, in this interval, if that Brahma, what he does? Vyavadati, breaks the silence. He broke the silence. Suddenly he said something to somebody. In that Yajna, the whole sacrifice that is going on, he could not tolerate somebody's mistake and he started to say something. He broke the silence. For whatever reason it might be. Then what happens? Annatra Vartrin Sanskarodi. Then only one path is being properly sanctified by those three Ritvikas. Through Vani, through the speech. The path which is being sanctified by speech, that is proper. That is done properly. That is actually sanctified. But Hiyatya Nidra, while the other path gets destroyed. One path is destroyed now. He is sanctifying only one of the two paths. Then the speech path is being sanctified. And the other path which has to be sanctified is now destroyed. So, it is just, some is that sacrifice. Sayagya. That sacrifice is just like this. He is giving illustrations. Yatha eka padvrajan. Just like a person moving on one foot. Or ekena chakrana vartamano. Or just like a chariot moving on one wheel. What will happen? Rishyati, gets destroyed. Evam, similarly, asya yajna. This sacrifice of that particular performer, what happens? Gets destroyed. Rishyati. Because of that priest called Brahma who broke the silence during this period, the whole yajna gets destroyed. Yajnam rishantam, as the sacrifice gets destroyed, yajamano anurishyati. Accordingly, the agent, the doer, the performer also gets destroyed. Why? Because by performing such a yajna, of which only one path is pure, the other path is impure, what is going to become? He is going to become a great sinner. By performing such saishtva, papiyan bhavati, by performing such a sacrifice, he becomes a great sinner.
It's not that he will get only half of the power.
No. He gets destroyed himself. Because Brahma is the chief. If he makes the biggest mistake, if the principal makes a blunderous mistake, the whole school is destroyed. Similarly is here. If a teacher does a mistake, it is not such a big thing. But if the principal makes a mistake, the whole school is destroyed. Similarly is here. The Brahma is the principal of the yajna. And he does a mistake, means the whole yajna is destroyed. Tayor vartanyor bhashyam. Tayoha means vartanyoha. One of the two, of those two paths. Anyatram, one of those. Vartanim path. Manasa, viveka jnanavata. With his mind, the Brahma is sanctifying. How is he? Viveka jnanavata manasa. How is that mind? That mind is possessed of the discriminative knowledge. It knows well. He knows well, and is very, the sankalpa, the resolution is there in his mind that I will not break my silence during this period. Another time he can. There he has got a right to break. But this is a special period in between which he should not break the silence. If that Brahma has got such a discriminative mind, then he has got different knowledge of when to break the silence and when not to break the silence. This is a discriminative knowledge that is there in his mind. If such a Brahma is there, then he will not break his silence and will not destroy the yajna. Vijnanavata manasa. Vivek Jnanavata manasa sanskaroti. Sanctifies who? Brahma. Brahmas don't get Prajapita Brahma in the Satyaloka. He is Ritvik. He is a priest. Because the context here is sacrifice, a karma. All the time we have to, whichever statement we study, the first important thing to be known is the context. In which context this statement is coming and which word is being used there. Accordingly, you have to take the meaning of those words. Otherwise, everything will become the whole. The Upanishad is telling something else, they are understanding something else. This is what most of the people, this mistake is taking place. Many people. I have seen this about that was saying just now, that moving and non-moving. I asked many people, good acharyas, good, they are expected to be very good teachers of Upanishad. I have asked them. They don't know. They take the literal meaning. I said, why is telling this? What is the sense behind this? They can't explain. But it's not the Anandagiri. It's not Nandapuri Tippanam. It's not Govindapuri Tippanam. Govindandagiri Tippanam. None of the commentators are finding this. They don't know how to relate the context. But Swamiji only who told this. Immediate Tippanam there. Because I may forget. His mind is, to err is human, to forget is human. To err and forget is human. So very rare people know these things, how to go into the bhashas, sentences, catch it properly, understand it properly and explain it properly. Very less people know. They take usually literal meaning and they explain the same way. So this aspect is called Brahma means literally. Vacha, Vartanya, and by the speech, the other path. Hota, Dhuri, Udgata. These three priests called as Hota, Adharu and Udgata. Yete Trayo. These three priests of Pritvijo, Annataram, Vaglakshanam Vartanim, Vachaiva Sanskaranti. The other one, the path that constitutes speech is also sanctified by their speech. Speech is a path of sacrifice, and the Ritvik also have their own speech. By their own speech, they are sanctifying the speech, the path of Yajna. Similarly, Brahma has got his own mind, discriminative knowledge. With that discriminative mind, what he does? He purifies the path, the mind path of the sacrifice. Vachiv Sanskuranti Tatraivan Sati, that being so. This is the natural sacrifice going on. This is how it should be. That being so, Vang Manisavartani Sanskari Yajna. Now it's very clear that both these paths have to be sanctified in the sacrifice by the priests. These are the two paths of a sacrifice, and both these paths are to be sanctified by the priests in any sacrifice. This is the general rule or the general form of a sacrifice. Atha, that being so, then Sa Brahma, Sa means Brahma, that priest called Brahma. Yatra means Yasmin Kale, when. Upakrite means Prarabdhe, begun. What is begun? Prataranu Vakya, Shastra. The Shastra, Shastra means what? What is called? What is Shastra? That which is not sung. A mantra, a group of mantras which are not sung is called a Shastra. And a group of mantras which are sung is called a Stotra. Stotra and Shastra. I told before also this. Pura means Purvam Paridhananiya. That Brahma, Vyavadati is the Kriya Padam, is the verb. Brahma Vyavadati, he breaks the silence. When is breaking? That is being explained now. When this is being begun, the Shastra called Pra in the early morning, the Anuvaka, Puronavakya mantra, that is being begun, and before Paridhaniyaya Richo, before the hymn called Paridhani is being sung. In between that time, Brahma, etasminantare, that Brahma, the priest, in this interval, antare, kale, in this interval period, what is he doing? Vyavadati, means maunam paritejati. He breaks his silence. Yadi, is added. Bhashkar says, if he breaks the silence, then only. Tada, then at that time what's happened? Annetra Vartanim Sanskurati, then only one path, the speech path, has been sanctified, and the other path, what happens? Then Brahmana asanskriyamana manovartani, as and because by this priest called Brahma, which what he has not done? Which is the manovartani, the path called mind, the mind path has not been sanctified. Asanskriyamana. Hiyate means vidashyati. Therefore, that becomes destroyed. Destroyed in the sense, chidri bhavati anyatara. The other path, which constitutes the mind, has become faulty. Chidri means has become faulty. So what? If somebody asks, Sayagya vavartinyeva nitre avartitum ashaknuvan rishyati. So that sacrifice cannot proceed towards the end just with only one path. Just like a person with one leg, or a chariot with one wheel. Just like that. That sacrifice only with one, vagvartanyeva, alone with one single path constitutes the speech. Anyatraya, only one of them, vartitum ashaknuvan, not able to proceed along. What will happen? Rishyati, gets destroyed. Katamiva, like what it gets destroyed? Itya. Then that's explained by the Shruti, the Vedic text itself. Sayatha ekapat purusha vrajan gachan adhanam rishyati. Just like a person with one leg tries to move along towards and proceeds towards a goal. But what happens? Adhanam eva rishyati. He falls on the road itself, on the path itself. He cannot reach the goal. He cannot proceed properly. Rathova ekina chakrina. Or the other example here, illustration will be here, a chariot moving on one wheel. Vartamana is moving on one wheel. Gachan. Vartamana is being explained by Gachan. Rishyati evam. Rishyati, even that gets destroyed. That will never move further. It cannot proceed towards the goal. Evam, similarly, asya yajamanasya. Of this performer of the sacrifice, Kubrahmana, due to the bad priest, Yagya Rishyati, whole sacrifice has got destroyed. Vinashyati. Yagyam Rishyantam. So anybody asks, so what? Let the yagya get destroyed. What is the harm there to this sacrifice or the performer? He says, Yagyam Rishyantam. Yajamano Nirishati. As the yagya, the sacrifice gets destroyed, accordingly the performer also gets destroyed. Why? Yagya prano hi yajamana. Because the agent's life is dependent on sacrifice. Because his life is totally dependent. Because of the Vedic structure. The Vedic structure is so, and the whole life is attached from the birth. You are being Vedic karma, sanskaras are being done. Different stages you are being introduced, different enjoined karmas, actions, rights and duties you are doing. The whole life is actually dependent on the sacrifices. One or the other sacrifice is there the whole year and all the time, the whole life you have to do. And there are certain actions that are told very clearly. Yavat jivet, darshapurnamasabhyam vijeta. Yavat jiva, Agnihotram is also there. So there are many such karmas. Therefore, life is totally dependent on sacrifice. Therefore, sacrifice destroyed means what? His life is destroyed. Therefore, it said the performer is destroyed. Yajya prano hi yajamana. Ato yukto yagya reshastasya. Therefore, it is reasonable, logical to say that the sacrifice gets destroyed means the yajamana, the performer also gets destroyed. Satam yagyam ishtva. Therefore, if the performer continues that particular sacrifice and completes the sacrifice also, what's going to happen? He says that performer, after performing such a sacrifice, tadrisham ishtva, tadrisham yajnam ishtva, after sacrifice, performing such a sacrifice of which one path is already destroyed and the other path is sanctified, such a person will papyan, papataro bhavati, he'll become a great sinner.